Yo, welcome to the Reed Report where your boys all smiles. Ask me why. Ask me why. Because Cam Newton is back, baby. Cam is back. The Panthers offense look to be back on track. A dominant win against the Cardinals. And yes, we're going to get into everything about who they were missing and things like that. Because I know what everybody's going to say. But man, this felt good. This felt good after last week losing strictly because the offense can't get in sync and things like that. You know, maybe leaving points on the board against the Falcons in a win, but we got the win. But like I said last week against New England, I wasn't confident about that game because the offense was so broken and the game pretty much went exactly how I figured it would go. But now, you know, and I'm not going to try and trash Darnold because he's injured. You know, injuries are horrible. They are part of the game, but it's still horrible when it happened. But, you know, and I was happy about getting Sam Darnold, but it really, you know, when McCaffrey went out, he really got exposed for not being as good as a lot of people thought he would be, as a lot of people hoped he would be. But then we signed Cam Newton, and I did not expect Cam to play today until I think 30 minutes or something before kickoff. And I knew he wasn't going to start, but I knew he was going to play in packages, and he did just that. Cam Newton returned to the Panthers for the first time since week 2 of the 2019 season. You know, they released him after that 2019 season. He had the ankle injury, placed on injury reserve, and he's finally back home where he belonged. When they released him, initially I thought, you know, I think it's time to move on, but I just didn't like how it went down. And then when they picked him back up, my thing was, what else were you going to do? Because you know you needed to make a change at quarterback because Darnold wasn't getting it done. So what else could they have done? Phillip Rivers is not coming out of retirement unless he's playing for a Super Bowl contender, possibly. That's why I don't understand why the Saints didn't pick him up, because I think the Saints have talent, Super Bowl talent on defense especially. But yeah, they signed Cam Newton. Cam came back to where it all started. You know, not just the Panthers, but his first career regular season start was against not these Arizona Cardinals, but against the Arizona Cardinals in that building. He won a national championship there the year before his rookie NFL season. Threw for 400 yards. The Panthers did lose that game, 21-28. But Cam showed himself that game, and he came back tonight. His first 2 touches were for touchdowns, and man, I was on cloud 9. In terms of this game, P.J. Walker, you know, for the most, he played well enough to where I would say you should start him next week and then just keep using Cam in those packages and make those packages bigger as the season go on. They played the Washington football team, who got a surprising dominant win against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But yeah, I would start P.J. Walker. He did throw the interception. He did play well enough to where I'll look at it and say, yeah, you should start him again. Because you don't want to just throw Cam back in there and have him just throwing the ball. You want to ease him into those packages, ease him, get him more comfortable with those receivers, give him some reps in practice. And I keep looking down because that Packers-Seahawks game is still going on, and Green Bay's up 17-0 and met 50 left. Anyway, yeah, you want to do that. And I think the Panthers, you know, they can do just that to make a push for the division championship now, because we're only 1 game back in the win column, y'all. We're only 1 game back in the win column. So I'm not going to close the door on that. I know a lot of people going to be like, oh, this is just nostalgia, man. You are getting your hopes up. But even if they don't win a division, I still think they can make a push for the playoffs wild card. I still think they can do that because there is no separation from any of the other teams. We do have a spot if the playoffs were to start today, you know, that sort of thing. We do have a spot. We're right there with everyone. We have the Washington football team coming up. I know our last 4 games, the Panthers' last 4 games are against the Bills, Bucks, Saints, Bucks in that order. But before we get there, let's see. Before we get to that tough stretch of the season, they have the Washington football team, the Miami Dolphins, and they have the Atlanta Falcons. Winnable games, all winnable games, but also, we can't go in there thinking that, man, we got this. They're not in that position. That is not the Carolina Panthers. They cannot go thinking that they can just roll over any team. In terms of this game, I knew they would win this game in dominant fashion because, one, they didn't have Kyler Murray. Two, they didn't have DeAndre Hopkins. And as well as they played last week, the Cardinals against the 49ers, Colt McCoy and, the team was only going to be able to do so much before they got figured out. And it only took a week, 2 weeks until they got figured out, to be stopped. Because what a lot of people, fail to realize is like, you can say what you want about the Panthers' start to the season in terms of the quality of opponents they played. A bad, horrible Jets team, a Saints team without key players and coaches, and a bad Texans team. But you still can't deny the fact that their defense is still at the top of the league in terms of dominance, because they were not the reason the Panthers were losing. The Cowboy game, it happens. Look, we're not the 85 Bears, but even the 85 Bears gave up 38 points to the Miami Dolphins in the regular season game. So teams are going to, you're going to have those games. People get signature wins. Elite defenses, give up points. I mean, look at the Washington football team. They just got a signature win today. I don't think they're going to make the playoffs now. I had them early in my predictions video as a 7 seed and the Panthers as a 6 seed, but they got a signature win. That stuff happens, but people were still overlooking our defense because the offense was so broken, and you would think that defense is not good when that, in fact, wasn't the case. 24 points to the Patriots was not, when you look at it realistically, 14, because the defense gave up 14 and then a pick six Sam Darnold. And that's good for, the team. That's not a bad give up right there. The Panthers only allowing like 19 points per game, which is like top in the NFL. But all in all, even had Kyler Murray and D-Hop played, of course, the Cardinals are a better team, but even if Kyler and Hop had played, I still would have taken the Panthers to win close, because it's something about us against them historically to where we have their number, we know how to play them. We are very good against the Cardinals historically, and sometimes it just be like that. Isn't like you don't have to go doing all the X's and O's, saying how, breaking it down on how the game is going to go. You can just sometimes look at it on a historical standpoint. And I knew we would dominate this game because they were missing Hopkins and missing Kyler Murray. But like I said, had they played, I still would have taken the Panthers close. Look, when the Lakers were at the top doing that thing with Kobe, Gasol and stuff, the Bobcats were always beating the Lakers. They just had our number. There's just sometimes teams just have your number and they wake up to play you and they just play you great historically, franchise, whatever. But good win for the Panthers. Like I said, up next, Washington football team. And, man, I'm feeling good because I really think we can make a push for the playoffs. So we're going to see what happens. Thank y'all for taking the time to hear me out. Again, we got a raffle coming up, so be sure to enter that raffle. Be sure to put your name in the hat. All you have to do to enter is Cash App. Send a $1 Cash App to enter the raffle for a chance to win the prize from Flow. So be sure to do that and attach your email and the initials TRR, the Reed Report. And yeah, we're going to get back at y'all later. I may come back and do another video after the Chiefs and Raiders game. I got Pat Mahomes in my fantasy league now. I traded Aaron Rodgers for him. So Pat got to show out. Good win for the Panthers. Good win for the Lakers. I think I'm going to win in fantasy, so I might get the trifecta this week. So we're going to see about that. Lakers play the Bulls tomorrow as well. So yeah, we're going to see about that. Appreciate y'all for hearing me out. Again, like, share, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you think. You think the Panthers going to make a playoff push? Or do y'all think I'm just living in a moment, prisoner of the moment? Anyway, let me know. I'll see y'all later. Bye.